I just wondered. Yeah. Yeah.
Is your coaching end at 5? Or kind of walking at like a quarter to 5?
That's fine. Yeah. Actually, yeah.
That's when it ends.
Yeah,
Oh,
quarter.
okay, just kidding.
It ends at 5.
It ends at quarter to 5? Yeah,
Okay.
so if we want to more stuff.
Oh, great.
I'm going to go to nursery. Oh, nice.
I might go.
Do you like that? Should I pretend I don't? You should get a copy or something.
That was very quick.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being with us today. Today we have a double pleasure of having the Jasper String Quartet rehearsing with our youth chamber orchestra, and then coaching and leading a master class for us with two of our chamber ensembles. Our first performers today are performing the Mozart K 589 in B flat. I got all that right? No change. And the members are Jairé Shi and Noelle Stroger Eden, violins, Zubin Park cello, and Helen Shi viola. And I got those right too, so there we go. And it's just a real pleasure. And as I've said to the students, you know, we're very lucky to be in Philadelphia, where there's so many wonderful musicians and so many wonderful musical institutions. And we've been blessed over the years with musicians who come through from the Philadelphia Chamber Music Society as they're coming to Philadelphia. And so, you know, we're getting this expertise coming through town, etc. Well, a few years ago, one of the best groups we've ever had a chance to work with and have our master classes with was the Jasper String Quartet. And they still are the Jasper String Quartet. And thankfully, they chose to move here to Philadelphia and be here and be a part of our program and in residence here at our Center for Gifted Young Musicians. So it's like this real special thing that has happened to our program and keeps happening to our program. And we want to continue to treasure it, and we're going to really enjoy the fruits of that labor today as we hear from our two chamber ensembles. So we'll let the ensemble take it away with Mozart K 589.
so wonderful. It's so nice to hear you play. I love the sound world of what you're getting in this piece, and you're very sensitive. It's very wonderful. I wanted to start out with a question that might be obvious or might not be. Who is the leader of your group? It's very telling because everybody's answers, I can kind of see that this is what's happening. I think when a quartet really shines and when it sounds great, everybody is leading, right? And so it's really important. It's one of those things where we have 4 instruments, but really it's one instrument, and we have to all be leading. We all have to have our hand on the steering wheel. And I think something that really helps in this feeling of us all leading is if we have a really good plan together, right? Then you don't have to feel like you're following. You feel like you know what everybody wants, and you can lead that together. Why don't we go back to the beginning and just play for a little bit, and I'll stop you making work. Good. That sounds great. Let's start working with someplace that's not exactly the very beginning, so that it's a little bit more obvious. Let's go from 12. Okay. And I think what's really important is the way that you cue yourself in. Right. So every time you have a rest, you have to start off your next gesture. So do a great cue like you do in orchestra, being a section leader, or like if you were the conductor, cue yourself in. And do you have one? Okay. Good. Let's try from 13. Yeah, good. One more time. You can lead even more. Yeah, it's so much more gelled when you're breathing together in those rests. And then you can think, I think it's really important in classical music for there to be a clear articulation on the beginning of the note. So just give a little bit of a quick, like a tiny consonant, so that we keep the music light and going. Can you try it one more time? That's good. Okay, and if I'm super picky, we can play it one more time. Don't let the music stop in your rest. I feel like you go da-dum, dum, but it should be ba-dum, dum-dum-dum. But the cello has this pedal point, the music's still going. So don't let your hearing of the melody or the music stop in the rest. One more time. Yeah, that's really getting there. And let's add one more thing. If you really lead that note change together, yeah? Every single note has to have a meaning. That's good. Let's go back to the beginning now and try to keep this feeling of always leading. You're leading every note change, and everybody is really breathing together.
Can you do that? Can you do that beginning again? Helen, you're often late on the third beat. I mean, and you guys play with Helen, but Helen be on time. Yeah, Jare, you're not keeping. You shouldn't be like keeping her in time. You should be playing elegantly with her timing.
For the first note, what is the syllable that you're thinking? I think we could unify that. Is it like a consonant or? Da? Okay. Da? Okay. That's good. Let's work on this part a little. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, just one thing, I won't say a lot. The one thing that is great about getting to play in a masterclass setting is all of a sudden our music comes from being a private thing for ourselves to being an experience for everybody. So when we get into this part, everything feels a little bit too much kind of inward into your group. And I wonder if you can be kind of inspiring more emotions in us, yeah? So maybe when you play it just as an experience, as an experiment, like look past us. Can you try that once actually? Can you try when you play the that you actually like look through that clock out there and hear your sound over there, over beyond the wall. Can you just go from where it's okay? Good, yeah. So I want you all to be looking around the room. It's going to be a little bit weird. But let's try to all look over here at this back wall. You have it memorized, basically, yeah? So look at this back wall and actually stare there. And see how it changes your here. So actually look there, out here. Yeah. Really, actually, yeah. Good. But we can't listen to our individual sounds. We have to listen to the group sound out here, right? So if you don't hear a certain thing, like encourage them with a subtle motion. Yeah. Twice as loud. Like just like you're the tenor, you're the romantic lead of our situation. Sound the way you wanted them to sound. That's not what that wasn't my question. My question was, do they sound the way you wanted them to sound? Because what happened this time is I felt like you guys were like, okay, I'm playing there. And really, when you're playing that part, you should be saying like, no, guys, like, do it like this, do it like that. You know what I mean? You have to be like encouraging them in certain ways.
What is the purpose of the inner voices here? Motion, yeah. What else? Keep it flowing? Yeah. So how do you do that? Are you keeping it flowing if you cue into them?
No.
You just have to lead more. Lead the flow and lead the motion. Also, it's like so much rhythmic interest, right? It's busy, the texture is busy, so let it excite the music, yeah?
Yes. Try one more time.
say, I think for this kind of music, a lot of times viola and second violinists have this like motor kind of figure. You always feel like almost like the weight of your instrument and everything is kind of on your feet, like you're kind of moving forward rather than just like chilling like this. I think there's that energy that I think is required physically. Can you actually try it this time with can you just try it one more time, but just kind of change your physical energy. And then as you're doing that, feel the pull of the harmony too. It's changing every 2 measures, right? So feel that motion, like your need to go to the next chord in the harmony. That's a little better, yeah.
Yeah, it's the cross rhythm of the 2 against the 3. What do you want that to? How do you want that to feel? Say it again.
Tight. Do you want to feel tight? Or just it shouldn't be like going back and forth. It should be playing on the priorities.
Like you want it to be precise. Yeah. And what do you think the emotional effect of the music should be? Why did he write that rhythm?
I like the offbeat, so he is supposed to sound like playful.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's this playful interweaving. So I feel like you're leading more, lead together, like interact with each other with that rhythm. And like Andrew was saying, lead the harmonies together.
Try again?
Yeah.
So, a huge thing about playing is understanding what is inspiring the playing. So often we think of the accompaniment part as playing along with the melody, but almost always it has to be the reverse. That the melody is finding this way of playing in and around what the accompaniment is doing, rather than the other way around.
Yeah, you guys are the engine.
Yeah, exactly. I have a crazy image that I'll share with you after you get this good. But go ahead. Good, that's nice. Can I just share this weird image? Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Can we? Okay. So we're a garden together. Okay. And the 2 of you guys are plants. Okay. You're like all the leaves and the stems and everything. Yeah. And Jai right here is like a pollinator. He's like a bee or a butterfly. Yeah. And Zubin is our flowers. You know? Like he's the plant. So you don't get the flowers unless you have the leaves and you have the soil and you have the sun and the water and all of that stuff already there. Does that make sense? So I don't want you to play as if your part is like, here I am playing the tune. We're not really a flower here, right? We're like helping the ecosystem by playing tunes. Yeah. So can you try that? But you guys have to be the light force. Yeah. That was beautiful.
Yeah, it's great.
That was really good. My work is done.
Sounds great.
You want to do another spot, or?
Sure. Could we look at in the development? There's a place where you go to like D major or something. Yeah. I was wondering. I think it's C. When you did the playthrough, it was very nice, but I thought it could be more like evocative of some different character. Like, what is your image at 104? What's happening there? Or maybe why don't we play it first and then could you get into it from C? Okay, yeah, good.
No,
Good.
keep leading. Keep
Yeah.
leading. Don't ever just watch Jare. Always breathe and lead with him. Yeah.
So, I think this section is very interesting. What are you thinking about it? How is it structured in your mind? Have you talked about that as a group? Yeah.
From C to D?
From the up until the return. Like it seems like there's a bunch of like false almost returns, right? But they're all different and kind of cool in their own way. Let's just do from 104. What is your character at 104? Stormy. Okay, cool. How are the triplets different from like the part we did in the garden, or are they different? More legato. Less happy.
How descriptive. Less happy.
Okay. Like more powerful, maybe? Okay, yeah. Let's try that just from that place. Yeah, good. It seems to me, sorry to stop you, it's very nice. The stormy part of it, then suddenly something turns, right? And it becomes more, what? I think this turn can be, so where does it go to major? Isn't it here?
It's actually major when
It's major the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, it is major.
Well,
whole
the
time.
first chord
Well, it
is
sounds
major.
like a yeah.
Yeah.
I hear a change in 108 also. Like that sounds
Where the
Yeah.
sequence starts?
yeah, where the sequence starts.
Even going back, like where you started, 104, are you playing the same harmony for 4 bars? Because that's what you play it like. Do you know what you're playing? Sorry.
Harmony burn right there. That's a harmony burn.
Like what chord are you playing at 104? Yeah, there's a D major and then there's a diminished chord, right? That's very different, a major and a diminished. So you could feel that difference, like it's opening and closing and open and closing, and then it's in D major, right?
Let's try that.
Yeah.
You know, I think one of the things that's... Oh, go ahead, Andrew.
Are you hearing the triplets in your melody? Da,
Yeah.
ba-da-da-da, ba, ba-da-da-da-da. Make sure you're engaged, yeah.
I think that's one of the hardest things is that you actually have two things going on. Remember we talked about that other spot where you have like a motive going and you have a lyrical spot going? Here you have these triplets going and you also have the da-ga-da-ga-dum. So treat them differently in your mind. Right now the long line sounds like da 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 da. It feels like martial, which I don't think is quite the right spirit. So maybe the triplets can be more exuberant and the other ones can be more the outgrowth of those triplets. Yeah, sorry. In the triplets, do you guys agree? Are you agreeing or disagreeing? Who's disagreeing? I think there has to be two people for a disagreement. I'm not certain. I think there have to be two sides for a disagreement. Maybe there could be one side, but in this case, there's definitely two sides, right? We have inner voices and we have gyre. Inner voices, gyre. And we have super G in Switzerland here because it just might be.
Well, it's with the, I think it's the lower three.
Yeah?
Yeah, because the rhythm is together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So, but can
You could discuss that.
pull more back and forth? Great. This is subtle, but Noel, you're playing over here to Helen, right? You guys need to play together against the gyre. So when you play, I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, here. It needs to be like, ooh, right? The two of you against gyre.
Could I ask you also, we have like the lower third, the triple S, and then the answer. Who wins the argument? Yeah! You guys, so you have this, it's good, it's bad, it's good, it's bad, yes! Then you
Yeah.
like, yay!
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry to stop you again. But I think that the back and forth, it really comes to life when you prepare what you're doing. So don't just stay and the beat before you start your triplets or before you you should be transforming into what you're going to do so that you feel that energy way back and forth. Does that make sense? So you could even, especially here, you can crescendo to this part, so that you really emerge from the group there.
And instead of tapping your foot, develop your sound. Right? Good, but Zubin, we have to stop. But Zubin, what are you doing here?
In the music.
No, in the
What
music.
is
Yeah.
the music doing?
Sorry. I meant
Just to be clear.
in the music. What are you doing here?
What motive are you playing?
What are you playing? What do you keep trying to do? No, well, you keep trying to play your beginning. And each time you're shot down, but you can't let it get you down, right? Yeah. Hey guys, how about Can we do it? Come on, right? So play with a little more proactivity, even though you play the same thing. Could you just play those last few measures?
Inner voices, breathe every time you come in off a rest. Don't stop cueing, don't stop breathing.
Yeah, I would just do the same thing one more time, and yeah. Do you remember what consonant they said for the very beginning? Da. Right, so ya da 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 da. Each one of those has to be a da. Yeah. The last no. Just start the same spot one more time. Inner voices, breathe. Good.
Just keep cueing every single one of those.
Yeah, that's really how you have everybody involved in the music making, is that everybody is preparing all of their entrances, you know? Great, really good playing, you guys.
Yeah.
up a bit, we're moving on to some Brahms. We have the Brahms Piano Quintet in F minor, the first movement. And the performers are Amelia Canago, Daniel Cheed, violins, Holly Bogle, viola, Amy Jung, cello, and Sebastian Pick, piano. The Brahms Piano Quintet in F minor.
Your personal part. Do you want to play the whole thing, or do you want to play the first half, or what? I mean, it's a pretty long movement, so. How about you play, and we might stop you at the recap. How about that after the development? Nice, really good. Pretty good, pretty good. Really, yeah. Okay. This piece, I think, is it's very special to me because this is a piece that taught me about humanity in music. Like that every single note you play is an expression or an outgrowth of some sort of human emotion. When we play this piece, it works in the same way that like Debussy and Ravel work when you just sort of like play them through. It works on its surface level by playing everything pretty well when you have good players. But it really comes to life when you get deeper into it and where you really start playing as an ensemble together. Okay? So when we're thinking about this piano quintet particularly, but really all piano quintets, it's really more of a duet, okay, between a piano and an ensemble, right? And then the two of you guys together create one sound. But so often we need to have a quartet brain and a piano brain, and we have to put them together, rather than a series of like 4 different sonatas with piano. And at times it feels a little bit like we're playing like a viola sonata and a violin sonata. You know what I mean? As that distinction. So, actually, the place where I want to, let me think. The place that I really want to work on this, though, is actually in the development section. You guys mind if we start at the development? Because we really need to be working together to be creating colors and the right kind of spirit of the song. Okay? So do you mind just playing from, how about just right on the second ending next song? Good, I'm excited. Okay. What's the difference of the first chord you play and the second chord you play? Because right now they sound the same. Play it again. What's the difference? Anyway, it can be anyway. It helps me if one person gets all the notes in front of them. Right? But those of you with an iPad, actually, you can play it off the score, so that so that you can really see all the notes. But what's the difference? Play the first note you all play together. Just the first note you were playing. Everybody, just then play all four. Okay. What chord is that? What major? Yes, major. Good. Holly. What kind of major? Anyone? D flat major. Thank you. Okay. D flat major evokes what? Play a C major chord. Everybody go down a half step. Ah. Okay. Now play D flat major. Oh, no. Together. Back to C major. Then together. Now D flat major. Are they different? I love music. How are they different?
Teenager sounds settled.
Settled. Yeah. Right? C major sort of hopeful. D major? Are we playing D major? D flat major. D flat major, yeah. D flat major you think feels a little more hopeful. Is that what you're saying? It wants to be hopeful? Okay. We can all agree it's different from C major. Or the piece of this, the key of this piece, which is, Daniel? Yes. So, now, can we play the da-da-da-dum? Right, so then you don't play your second entrance. Everyone know what I'm talking about? Let's play D flat major. Now, what do you do to that D flat major? What has he done? How's that happen? Yeah. But they're still playing D flat major. Right? They keep playing the same chord. They're like, no, for real, I'd like to play D flat major. Right? But you've done something different, right? How does he change it? So you play second bar of the second ending, and just play your chord, right? On the down, just play. Now, what does that do to it? What does that do to it? How does it change it? Okay, it makes it questioning. Yeah? Now, it would be interesting if you guys got to the D flat major chord, and then Sebastian was like, oh, how can I play that D flat? But instead what happens is he goes, da, 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 and then you guys are like, no, I'm still playing D flat. Right? So even though you're playing the same notes, they have to be completely different, the second measure of the pen. Does that make sense to you? No? Sort of. Okay, so play, here, let's do it this way. Okay, we're going to play it like 3 times. And Sebastian is going to surprise us with what his chord is. Okay? First 2 bars of the head. And come on, you guys got to play. You got to ready. Make some sound. Okay? Then play around again. Same thing. And change how you play, right? Based on how he plays an A flat. If he plays an A flat, what does he do? What's the difference between an A flat or a C flat? For the chord, for the harmony. Stays the same or it changes, right? So our sound has to, either way our sound has to be different, correct? Right? Okay, so let's try it again. And the 3 of you come in with purpose because we really don't play. Okay, what changes there? Daniel, does Daniel change? Who changes? Yeah, why do you change? What is your note do? Like, how does it change our sound? How does it change our humanity of the music? Yeah, it's like, it's almost like we all are in agreement, right? And then Sebastian is like, "But guys, I'm not sure I feel comfortable with where we are, right?" Yeah. And then Amy's like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm not sure I quite feel comfortable, but you guys are still here, right?" But gradually, like you played literally, I've had you play 2 notes so far, but there has to be so much of a world of emotive expression. Yeah. So take responsibility of altering the group when your note changes. Okay? Try it again. I'll let you play with all first. Good. Okay. Sorry. Now, do we need a cue on every single one? Maybe not. Right? Because it's a gesture. And when we play together as a quartet, who do we play with? The cello, right? So who should really be giving a cue? Amy. Do it one more time.
Could you try the quarter notes a little longer so we just feel the chord a little bit more?
good call. No, it's first ending again. Second ending Why is understanding how you could surprise them important for our understanding of music?
Like you said, if you're changing, I mean, otherwise it's not the same, but otherwise it just kind of stays the same. The small changes that happen need to be brought out, and knowing what happens if you don't bring them out makes them a lot more.
Exactly. And so often when I was having Sebastian do it, sometimes he would go to the note that's written, and sometimes he would go to a note that would equally make sense, but Brahms in it, right? And so often when we're playing a piece of music, we just know how it goes because that's what's written down. And we don't take the moment to think like, oh, how could a composer have done something different here? Or what could they have done differently? And by understanding what they could have done differently, that's where you start to find your perspective and point of view in your play. Right? So this moment here, Sebastian could do whatever he feels like, technically. I mean, we do what Brahms did, but we want to make Brahms feel spontaneous. Yeah? Not like, oh yeah, I know it goes to C flat because that's what's written. Because to us, as a listener, it's like,
How much understanding of harmony do you have? Have any of you taken a theory class? No. I think Jay is hitting the nail on the head. This movement is very driven by harmonic transformation, little cells of melody that get transformed very subtly by 1 or 2 note changes in the chord. And I think if you can really start to think about what is this piece about? What is driving this piece? It's in F minor. What does F minor mean to you? And when you're in F minor and you go to, if you go to A flat major, what does that mean? If you go to D flat major, or, what do all of these keys mean in the context? Where are you going? Are we far from the home key? Are we close to it? You can really start trying to listen more to the harmony and how the harmony is driving the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, could we do one other spot? Let's just look at 145. And I think, in addition, there's a lot of resistance in Brahms, right? That's sort of the beauty of a lot of the writing in this particular piece. There's so much resistance from the harmony and also from the rhythm. So I'd like to just play 145 super slowly, but try to feel let's just talk it through first. So let's just get example. What is happening at 145? Yeah. Move together. Yeah. Okay. So you guys are against each other a little bit. And play it slowly and try to feel how your harmony is shifting. Oh, it's yeah, try to feel it.
Half that tempo, and I want you to feel, especially when we get into the syncops, again, feel the harmonic resistance in addition to rhythmic.
Don't just play your notes. Really listen to the harmony.
Yeah. Yeah, like da-da-da. Sorry. Can you play your first note? Okay. Now, how do your notes relate to Sebastian's notes at the beginning? Just play the first three notes you play. Are you not playing? Try again. How do they change the sound?
Or yeah, which of the notes is more dissonant?
Which is the dissonant? Or
Yeah,
how
you're
does it
playing
change
two
the
notes.
harmony?
So, yeah. Or play it again. Play it again.
Play the first note. Play the second note. What does that do? What does that do to his note? How does it change it?
It's okay if you don't know the chord name, but
Yeah.
does it feel differently? Like we could figure out the chord.
First chord is C minor. Go ahead and play it. Play C minor. Now when you go to an A flat, that changes it. A flat major with a G in there. And then you go back. Right? That's a world that's happening in three notes. Right? Try it again. Play the first note. Change. Against the G, and then back. That change together. Okay, now see it in the space of ya-dum-dum. You can feel do-do-dum, right? So it's not going ya-dum-dum, ba-da-da-dum. It's ya-da-dum, ba-da-ya-dum, da-da. Everyone is like crazed in a way. So, do-dum-dum. No, you're not changing your sound. Every note, the sound is different. All of it is individual. Do it together. Three and four. With you from when we were working on this piece because it was very meaningful to me. I'll try not to cry because sometimes I cry.
Oh, no.
What's the matter? We worked on this piece with Leon Fleischer, okay? We named our kid Leon because it was so impactful to us, okay? I'm really tired, I think. But the thing that Leon Fleischer was so good at imparting is we live in a world of craziness, right? Lots of terrible things happen in the world. And in order to go through the world, we put up walls, right? And if we allow those walls to be present while we're playing, we miss the humanity inside the music. Okay? So, sorry. So, the ability to experience how G, A flat, G flat, G, how going between three notes, how that transforms our world, that is the key to understanding music. We have to allow ourselves in the space of music to be vulnerable and open to all of these changes that can happen. We can't do it in the outside world because the outside world is crazy, right? It's dangerous, right? But it's lovely too. But when we're playing music, we have to open ourselves to being sensitive to all of these minute changes, whether it's a C flat or an A flat, right? How that impacts us emotionally. And once you can do that with a beat like this, we work on 2 measures, right, in half an hour. How long is the entire piece? If you are working on that level all the way through this piece, your life will be changed by the end of it. Right? So you have to take the time and take the effort and the energy to be sensitive to what you're playing and to study and understand the harmony and understand the form and understand the history of it. Yeah. We're so lucky that we get to play pieces like this. Right? I mean, it is magical. And getting to share this with you guys, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with me. But it's great. It's music and it's wonderful. And the world needs more of it. You know? So I'm always like really hard on people, not because I'm upset with them, but because it means so much to all of us. You know, we're way out of time. David,
You could, if it can be overwhelming to really start to try to dig into this. You can just ask yourself when you get to a melody, when you start your beautiful melody, just ask yourself, what key am I playing in? And then think about, what key am I playing in? It started in F minor. What does this key mean in the context of F minor? And it can help you create your character for the piece. Like we all know, like major and minor, there's a difference. All of those keys in relationship to the home key have so much meaning. And when you start to try to think of the storytelling in that way, it's going to open up a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah.
Great job.
I want to thank the members of the Jasper Quartet for being with us a whole lot, but especially for today. And with that theme of humanity, I want to wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving with those you love. And we will not rehearse next week, so you have extra time to practice too. So we're not at that. And in 2 weeks from today, we will have a master class with violinist Guillaume Combet. And actually Monday afternoon at 4 p.m., if any of you can either tune in or be here, we have a piano master class with Christina and Michelle Naughton, piano duo, and they're very wonderful. We have 3 of our pianists from the program who will be working with them, and you're welcome to be here or to tune in on the Music Prep YouTube. We're not permitted to retain it on the YouTube after that, so it will be streamed. Please join us for that. Everyone have a wonderful holiday. Go to your house.
Great job.